Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay Tuesday, December 28, 2021 at 4 days na lang, 2022 na. Makulimlim ang panahon pero meron tayong isang special episode today na makapagpapaaliwalas ng inyong araw. Hello there, my name is Benji Chidoro. I'm a retired bank officer who started to invest in the Philippine stock market in 2007. I do this report daily. I review stocks using fundamental and technical analysis. But today is extra special because I have a special guest. She has been in YouTube longer than me. She reviews stocks using technical analysis, and this is on top of her daily job. I would say that sharing her knowledge in the Philippine and US stock markets has been her passion. And when I was looking for a good source of information on technical analysis, I saw her channel and I said, magaling itong YouTuber na ito. She is one of the bloggers in the stock market which I admire and respect. Let's welcome Miss Jaydee. Miss Jaydee.
Hello there. Happy
Hi, how
Tuesday,
are
guys.
you?
Hello, Benji.
Nice, nice to see you, huh? Miss JD, how long have you been doing stock market videos and blogs?
Oh,
Before that, I'm sorry. Before that, can you introduce yourself, say something about yourself?
yeah. Um, so I'm Miss Jaydee. I actually am from Negros. So mga taga Bacolod dyan, mga viewers ni Benjamin. Hello,
Mayong hapon.
mayong hapon. uh, so I transferred to Manila back in 2004, but if I can remember it right, right after college. And then I've worked in the call center industry. I started as an agent. Now I am handling my own team. I am in charge of the training team in my program. I
You're i-
handle
you're in the call center business, Bale?
Yes. So I handle around 40 plus trainers.
Hmm.
Uh, One manager and a total of four leaders under me. So that's my passion, really developing people, developing them, unleash their potential in the scope of work they're assigned.
Hmm.
So prior to me being in charge of the training team for my program, I used to be part of the learning and development team for my organization, same organization. So we train leaders, mga ganon.
Okay. You went to college. What did you take up in college?
Medyo malayo, very light. I took up mass communications.
Hmm.
My passion really is into script writing.
Hmm.
Kaso, hindi ako natuloy sa showbiz industry. Kasi pag script writer ka doon, pag sobrang galing ka at na-discover yung gawa mo, then they give all projects to you. Pero yung mga ibang script writers parang hindi nabibigyan ng opportunity. So, dito I was able to embrace a lot of opportunities, climb up the corporate ladder, and then eventually, ito nga, very fulfilling. People go back and thank you after you train them. Yung mga tinrain mo, naging leaders na din, naging
Hmm.
managers na din. So, parang ang sarap sa feeling. So, I pursued it.
Yung position that you are in now, is this a training head? Is this a responsible
Um,
position within HR? HR to, no?
not not HR, it's kasi yung sa call center industry mga accounts kayong hinahandle. So yung isang account doon ako na-assign and I'm the senior training manager there. May kliyente balik kami. So yung mga tao na tinitrain namin, yun yung mga call center agents na bali customer support ng account na yan.
Mm, okay. And your working hours, is it regular working hours ba to? Or odd
Yeah.
graveyard
So at the
shift?
moment, we're so lucky, although we don't like the situation right now, but our company has been very generous and allowed us, even the client, to work from home. So
Mm.
almost 2 years na work from home setup. Para mabilis, ano. Uh, and yun, I normally start my day around 1, but my work hours be flexible. So if I decide to start a little early, then I get to end my day earlier. But what works for me is really around 1 in the afternoon and 10. Kasi I still uh, get to monitor. Pag nakakagising ako ng maaga, makikita ko yung Philippine market.
Mm.
Pag gabi na,
Paggabi ng
timing sa
US
US market
markets.
naman. And YouTube
Galing.
on the side.
Ang galing. So, how long have you been doing this stock market report or
Oh,
recording?
yeah.
When did you start?
Okay, so it's interesting because I started with Facebook. I have a page. It's invest in the stock market.
Yeah.
I started my reviews there back in June of 2019. So parang
Mm.
nasa 1 year and a half pa lang ako sa stock market journey ko noon. So I started recording my thoughts. At the same time, that's also my opportunity to share what I know. But the main objective was really to document the thought process that I have before the market opens. So I analyze stocks and then I would go back to those recorded ones or my recordings na
Mm-hmm.
napapublish ko sa page and try to cross-reference how the market ended with the stock that I reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually I migrated to YouTube and I found it really nag-live before nga ano pa live charting.
Mm.
So people would
Actually,
visit me and then doon nagre-request real time.
actually naabutan ko yun yung live charting mo
Oo.
sa YouTube. And then there was a time that we were playing this stock market game at
Sa
Instagrams.
Instagram to.
Nakalabang kita.
Oo, practice. Pero ang saya din nun, eventually, yun, I decided na I choose, medyo nag-evolve na minsan pag busy, konti lang na-review ko. But still, the concept is the same. I review the top, the stocks that are mostly trending for the day, that has the highest number of trades for the day.
Mhm.
Yun.
Of course, before YouTube, you started with investing, di ba? How did you start
Journey.
investing in stocks? Were there other aside from stocks? Do you invest also in other
Mm.
products, investment products?
Okay.
How did you come about with investing in the stock market?
So looking back, no, way back, parang around 2008, I had a colleague. She was already doing this. She was talking about the stock market. And then partially I was interested. I started studying it. Pero parang hindi ko talaga ma-grasp yung concept. So it eventually died down. Yung interest na yun. Pero come to think of it, kung 2008 ako nag-start, di ba,
Hmm.
ang galing-galing
Halos
ko rin
pareho tayo.
sana.
Pareho tayo nag-start, but I started late.
Pero
Anyway.
hindi ako nag-start 2000. Hindi ako nag-start 2008. So when I
Mm.
started studying, parang jargon siya, napaka-complex ng concept. So, di nawala na siya. After nun, so, because I really want to save and all that, yun talagang passion ko, something to do
Mm.
with extra income, ganun. So, somewhere around 2017, pero prior to 2017, nag-invest muna ako sa insurance. I got Sun
Mm.
Life, and then yung part goes to an investment, part goes to
Mm.
the protection.
Mm.
And I think I started doing my savings sa Sun Life around 2015. And
Mm.
then timing, parang the next year or two, yung pabagsak yung savings na part. So I told myself, bakit kaya pabagsak to? Di ba dapat mga professional to? And I said,
Mm.
and then
Um,
you would see the funds where they allocate your savings to, and then it goes to the stocks. Part of it goes to the stocks. Sabi ko, I think I should remove
Study.
them. Yeah, parang if they can do it, and then
Then
bakit nagbabagsak pa? Bakit hindi na lang kaya ako ang mag-aral and I do it myself? So that started the motivation. And then I started studying again. This time
mhm.
around, syempre, wala naman akong ibang source, wala naman akong mga mentor. I just did YouTube. I watched YouTube. And
Mhm.
pero yung plan ko sa Sun Life still andyan pa din, pero medyo minimal na lang. Parang maintenance na lang yung binabayaran ko doon. And then yung pang savings ko talaga dito ko nilalagay sa stocks. But that started the journey. Yung the idea of why do these people know about stocks? If they're able to do it, why can't I do it? Then I studied. That's really the trigger.
Okay. So when you started in stocks, what type of stocks do you buy? Are you into long term, short
Yeah.
term?
When I started, really, the first stock that I got or that I engaged in was JFC. I think sa lahat ng mga beginners, JFC
Mm,
lagi yung nilalagyan. But
tama.
then I entered really at a high level. Pero inisip ko, long-term investor naman ako. Hindi pa naman ako ganung level na talagang mag-trade. Then eventually, I started exploring other profile. So now I'm more of a mid and long-term investor. I
I
don't
see.
I don't tinker with my stocks every day. And like dati, my tendency talaga if you watch your stocks move every day, the chances of you being impulsive in your trades
Emotional.
lumalabas.
You become emotional, di ba?
Oo. So ngayon, medyo nakakontrol ko na siya. So I'm more of a mid to long term investor sa mga positions ko.
Okay, what type of what qualities of a stock do you buy? I mean, anong klaseng kumbaga sa you're choosing a husband halimbawa. You choose some qualities, di
Mm.
ba? Ngayon sa stock, kung gusto mong bumili ng isang magandang stock, anong hinahanap mo dun sa isang stock para masabi mong bibiling ko ito?
So there are different perspectives dito and others might not even agree with me. Pero since I'm partial, like mid to long term, I have stocks na talagang kailangan solid yung ano nila, yung background, and then established na sila. But the
Mhm.
downside of that is yung movement is parang ang bagal
Yeah.
because they're already established, right? For example, in my portfolio, I have Metro Bank, I have JFC still, pero good thing lang kasi nakapasok ako noon nung medyo
Mababa
mababa
pa,
ang
mababa
position.
ang presyo.
So, okay. So, I'm in a healthy state for these two stocks. I also have stocks na I'm betting more of a it's more of a speculative side of me. I'm banking on, for instance, Dito because
Mm.
it's another telco. At the moment, hindi pa siya talaga very established in terms of the revenue, right? Kasi it has just started, but I'm betting on the probability that someday it will grow. So parang 50-50 hati talaga siya. Na
Mm.
I'm speculating in some because I see the potential. Ang isang maganda pa is ASEN, right?
Yeah.
So when it started, parang I like the idea of renewable energy. Someday, the direction of the energy source would be renewable energy.
Yes.
So parang okay tong company na to. And
Mm.
halo din siya ng of course with the good background na owned by the Ayalas, those things.
Okay, so your profile is basically long term, but you
Mm.
also have stocks for trading. Bale, dalawa yung portfolio mo or you just
No.
mix it up? mix them.
I should, yun nga, one technique I got from you, dapat isa-separate ko yun kasi may iba medyo, at the moment, I just want to be transparent. Some of these stocks medyo pula, some of these stocks are okay. Kaya nag-ano siya eh, it's skew, nasa skew yung takbo ng profile. Kasi naka-merge yung investment stocks and then yung mga pang-trading stocks. So I think it's a time to be organized in that aspect.
Okay. So when you started in the stock market, of course you studied, di ba? You made research and you tried to look into these stocks, no? Actually, JFC is one of the stocks that I have in the portfolio. Hindi naman kasi siya nagbibigay ng malaking dividend, but I bought it because of capital appreciation. So I suppose that's one reason why many investors are attracted with GFC. Now, during the pandemic, March 2020, most of the stocks, or virtually every stock in the index nosedived.
Yeah.
So what was your attitude then? Were you able to take advantage of that, or
Nag-dip.
natakot ba, or
Ano,
nag-dip, di ba?
pero that was actually, my 2020 was a very good year for me. Saglit lang yung mga stocks, di ba,
nag-nosedive yun eh.
Sila lahat. Pero ilang ano lang yun eh, weeks or parang weeks lang sa mga stocks na napasukan ko. Then eventually, it started moving up.
Moving up.
So, ang ginawa ko, sabi ko, I since work from home, so that means mas marami akong ma-allocate sa sweldo ko to my savings. So, ang ginawa ko, all the more nagbili ako ng mga additional positions. So, madami akong nasakyan. Kaso lang, looking back, sabi ko, sana hinold ko ng mas matagal kasi parang mas mataas. Nainis lang talaga ako. For example, yung SCC, 9 pesos lang yata nakuha ko average noon eh. Ngayon, di ko alam magkano na siya. Ang taas na yata noon. Tapos,
alam mo, BDO less than 100.
Yung BDO, napasok
60, 70 pesos.
Naka-exit ako ng maganda-ganda rin naman. Nakapasok ako BDO, nakapasok ako SMC. Nasa ano ko yun sa mga reviews ko yun. BDO, SMC, pati ang APL, napasok ko din yun before landslide nga ngayon. Madami akong na-explore na mga positions during the pandemic. Although binabalance ko siya because I'm active in the US market as well. So, I'm very, very active ako sa US market recently. Nasakyan ko rin yung Tesla and siya. And partially, yung ginawa ko when it shoot up, ngayon kasi nag-retrace siya eh. So I was able to take profit. I held on to that fund. Pinasok ulit siya dun.
Yes, you also trade the US market. Actually, I have to start trading the US market. Pero alam mo ba, very ironic, I don't trade the US market, but my first stock was not a Philippine stock. It was a US stock. My first stock investment was not a Philippine stock. It was a US stock. At the time, I was with Citibank. And they had stock options for officers. So, binili ko yung Citicorp. Citicorp kasi ang mother company ni Citibank. Kumita ako doon actually.
Diba?
Kumita ako doon sa Citicorp.
Overwhelming. Sabi nila, overwhelming pa, nakakatakot to explore the US market. When in fact,
maraming opportunities doon
mas malaking opportunity and even mas mura lang. If you want to try it out just to test the waters, $50 mo, pwede mo na i-trade doon. $50 na makapag-open ka ng position. Sa portal na ginagamit ko.
So, these are the reasons kung bakit you also trade the US market. But how did you know na what stocks to buy in the US market? Kasi malaki yung market niya and some markets are open 24 hours, di ba? Some markets are open.
So I just, right now, syempre yung stocks I engage in, yung mga kilala ko lang. Kasi yun nga, I need to be extra careful because there are so many stocks there and iba hindi masyado kilala. So, some of the stocks lang na medyo alam ko. So, yun.
Yung kay Warren Buffett, yung stock ni Warren Buffett. Meron ka ba
yun
nun?
pala. So, there are hedge funds, di ba? Yung mga big players. Tinitingnan ko. Sa eToro kasi yung ginagamit ko. You get to see what's in their portfolio. Tapos sisilipin ko. Sisilipin ko yung mga stock na nasa portfolio nila at aaralin ko.
Oh, so yung parang copy trade ka or something?
Parang copy trading na concept. Pero I don't take advantage of the copy trading feature nila. Ako mismo, ang gagawin ko, sabi ko, these people are good with fundamental analysis.
Seasoned investors.
Titingnan ko na lang ngayon yung mga stocks na nasa portfolio nila and I'll check those that are good in terms of technicals. Kasi some of the stocks that they have in their portfolio, pwedeng mataas na eh. So, hindi ko papasukin yun. So, sisilipin ko lang doon ang mga stocks na good to enter. So, yan yung ginagawa ko para to save time sa fundamentals.
Hindi ka na mag-iisip doon eh, di ba? Kasi nandun na eh. Nandun na yung isipin mo eh. So, yung mga halimbawa, stocks ni Bill Gates, Microsoft or Apple.
May Apple ako.
Tesla, no?
Meron
Tesla.
din ako
Pero
Tesla.
medyo mataas na kasi si Tesla, di ba?
Oo.
Bitcoin ba? Are you in cryptos also?
Yes, very active din ako sa crypto and yun, labas-pasok lang ako sa kanila pag nagpa-profit na ako and then I exit, ganun. But so far naman this year, I was able to reach, the year is about to end and yung eToro account ko is up by 19%.
Galing! Galing kaya idol kita.
Hindi ako trigger happy na maya nag-exit, nagde-trade. Kung makikita mo sa profile ko sa eToro, average holding ko 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Nasa 3 months ko siyang hinahawakan. Pero may mga pula din. Ang dami ko same positions din kasi maliliit lang naman.
Ang tawag ng mga, kasi when I studied FX trading, ang tawag doon is, may term doon, may punching the market, jobbing the market. Ang tawag doon, kung in-out ka lang, gina-job mo lang yung market. Parang pasok ka, labas ka, pasok, labas, pasok, labas. Ganun lang siya. Anyway. Yeah, jobbing the market ang tawag doon. When trading stocks, ano ba ang batting average mo dyan? I mean, do you usually, is your portfolio always winning? Do you usually profit from your trade? Meron ka rin bang natatalo?
May mga talo din. Of course, I'm not in their level yet. So, kung titignan ko ngayon, if you are to look at my US portfolio, nakalagay din naman doon yung profitable week mo. Profitability. It says there 57%. Sa Philippine market ko, medyo on the laggers yung mga stocks ko doon.
Yeah.
So I'd say 50% win rate. And one thing I have to master, which is I think it's an ongoing journey for us, yung cutting your losses on time.
Yes. Minsan kasi akala ko trading investment portfolio ko yung pala nasa trading. Before I know it, laki na ng loss eh.
Oo.
I have a few more questions. What makes a successful stock investor? Would you say that you are already a successful investor in the Philippine and US stock market?
Hindi pa. Not yet. Kasi by the time I can say na successful na ako, siguro month on month in the next, for let's say, yung decision making trigger is if month on month yung portfolio ko is positive straight for 1 year, yun masasabi kong okay, pwede na ako. And by the time, siguro magde-decide na ako na mag full-time trader. Kasi hindi pa ako full-time trader. So that means hindi pa ako super successful. It's an ongoing process and an ongoing journey.
Actually, parang sinasabi mo work in progress tayo di ba? We never cease to stop learning.
So, yeah.
Okay. Sa mga YouTubers at mga subscribers na mo at subscribers ko, now, what tips or advice would you give to someone who wants to start investing in the stock market or who are already in the stock market but wanted to improve on their trading?
Yeah. So find that motivation really for you to study. Kasi ito lang yung gasoline natin to be successful. And like what I mentioned earlier, we're a work in progress, all of us. So study, number one, study and find that motivation to start, right? Huwag kayong masilaw sa mga taong nagpapakita na ganito na sila kadami, ganyan, madami na yung income nila. Because one point, they started somewhere. They started with step one. And then they continued studying. Kasi sometimes people get so enticed and then they make sudden decisions na they dive into it and then they leave their work. Full-time na sila agad. Medyo hindi pa hinog, mag-full-time na agad. So, that's another thing which transitions to the next point is you start doing it and make sure na wag muna kayong maggawa ng sudden decisions na quit your job and then do this as a full-time work. Kasi what if first 2 months mo okay ka, the next few months mo hindi na okay yung mga trades mo or may fluctuations sa performance mo. So if that's your main source of revenue, paano? You cannot sustain that. So as much as possible, find something on the side. If eventually you decide to quit your job, find something that will be your other source of revenue. So one, study, weigh your motivation, don't make sudden movements in terms of your decision. And yeah, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start now. And if you're still employed, you have to commit to that. Kasi saan ka kukuha ng pang-fund mo, di ba, sa sweldo mo? If you don't manage your finances, hindi ka talaga makaka-save. So it all starts with saving a portion of your income and then put it in the stock market, and then from there it will grow alongside you studying.
As an influencer, well, you are in YouTube for some time already and you have some 4,300 subscribers. How did you do it? Meaning, how were you able to accomplish something in such a short time? Na nagkaroon ka ng maraming followers, subscribers in whether in Facebook or in YouTube. How would you characterize your journey in sharing your ideas in the stock market through YouTube and FB?
Yeah. So like you, I need to love what I do for me to be able to sustain it long term. So I started in 2019 without really the expectation of this channel to grow. Actually, sa level na to, ang layo ko pa para maging isang influencer kasi sa iba dyan, ang dadami na talaga ng ano nila, ng mga viewers and subscribers. But I'm really happy that there are people supporting the channel, listening to me. I appreciate that. So one is, I need to enjoy it. Kaya umabot siya ng ganyan. And I think I was watching videos about how to grow your channel. Consistency.
Yes.
Because that's something na people will look forward to. You'll have your viewers go back to you every single day if they know that there are some new videos every single day. And there was a point, actually, September, October, medyo die down yung momentum because I got hooked in something else. So I'm going back. So what's interesting, ngayon nga, mas madami na mga viewers. So, so I'm picking up the pieces again, para makapag-create na naman ng momentum.
Okay. So I'd like to end this interview with what are your parting shots to your subscribers? What general information about the stock market
Yeah.
and lessons in life that you wanted to share?
I think my message to everyone is that don't be too overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed with the idea of starting your journey in the stock market. I mean, don't be intimidated. Kasi yung iba, sabihin, ang complex ng stock market, nag-gamble ka dyan sa stock market. So, start now. You can start studying if you don't want to use your real funds, but you have to start exploring the idea by watching videos. And we're very lucky right now because there are so many free resources in YouTube. You have Benji's channel, you have my channel, and some other YouTubers who are dedicating their time sharing what they know because during our time, wala namang kaming mentor.
Mm.
Wala namang nagturo sa amin personally na tinutukan kami. But we managed to do it. So, if we were able to do it, kaya nyo din yan. But you have to start it and you have to commit to it because acquiring a skill is not done overnight. You have to do it every single day. Para ka gumaling, you have to do it every single day. In the same manner, like what I did back in 2019, I said to myself, I want to be a good trader, I want to be a good investor. That's why I studied every single night, recorded my thoughts through the videos. And yung pag-grow ng channel is just a bonus on the side. So just start. Study now. That's the message.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss JD, and very well said. And it's an honor to have you in my channel.
Thank you.
And actually, dream come true to eh. Ma makausap kita and ma-interview kita like this, ano. So thank you very much, Miss JD, for gracing this channel. I hope our all of you would learn from her experience in investing in the stock market and her tenure in YouTube. Thank you very much also for viewing this channel. And maraming salamat, Miss JD.
Thank you.